Shalom. Apostle Harkman back at you with the truth, giving all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Shai by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this video, They Shall Have No Pity on the Fruit of the Womb. And that's from Isaiah 13, verse 18, which says, and hold their bows meaning Russia's bows or silos, which come out the silos is the equivalent of an ICBM missile from Russia. So what it means by their bows is talking about when they shoot their missiles on America. And I got to go into this chapter. This is one of my favorite chapters, Isaiah the 13th chapter. Most High willing, I'll go through the whole chapter today. I want to go, most High willing, I want to go into a lot of prophecies today. Because we are in the time of prophecies being fulfilled. The 2018, the year of prophecy. And if we claim to be prophets, then we should prophesy. Not talk about David wore sandals or played a harp. Anyway, it says, the 18th verse, their bows shall also dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Now, something's going to happen that's going to lead up to this the war of Armageddon, found in Revelation the 16th chapter, where and it's also mentioned in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, and also Revelation 20 verse 7 on down. This is the war to literally end all wars, because after this war, the kingdom shall be established, where the Most High will set up the children of Israel, and all the other nations shall be under us. But Esau is going to be on the very bottom. And this is something that vocab, no class, Cologne, Mahone, vocab Mahone doesn't speak about, because he doesn't know anything about, he doesn't know anything about prophecy. That's why he never goes into prophecy. He never goes into prophecy. He mentions nothing about the mark of the beast. He mentions nothing about Armageddon. He mentions nothing about any of the Old Testament prophecy. He's scared to death to go into the book of Obadiah, especially the 18th verse. And that's why you wonder why Great Millstone always goes on your live stream, because they're just having fun. They're having fun with you, man. We like the fact that you put up videos about us, and I love the fact that you put up that last video where I said that James went off, and I came back and I explained it. Right? You can't. You're in over your head, vocab Mahone. You're in over your head, and those lost souls, those jakes those lost soul jakes that are following you, they don't know what's going on. And really, I'm not mad at them. I don't even put my too much strength in them. Too much care about them, because they're lost. They're lost. You think if this guy, Dr. James White, the Edomite, actually knew or found out that he's a Jake, he'd be part of that madness? He'd be with us. He'd be talking about, I want to join the camp. Tahar, can I join the camp? Me and my son Josh, a whole post. Anyway, having a little fun here. You got to have fun with this thing. This is why guys fall off too, because they don't have fun with this. They fall off ultimately because they're not men of the Lord. But you can have a little fun with this. So I'll come with my little corny jokes here and there. Anyway, The reason why I entitled it what I entitled, what the title was, They Shall Have No Pity on the Fruit of the Womb. And it goes on to say, their eyes shall not spare children. Russian men, especially those that live out in the mountains, they live like they're in the ancient world. Anyway, the reason why I came up with this video and doing all this talking. Anyway, this is a video that was put up about a week ago, entitled, the YouTube page is MMA On Point. And the name of the video is 10 Interesting Facts About Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you keep up with the UFC, this individual is getting ready to fight Conor McGregor. On October 6th. 2 weeks from now, to the day. Anyway, in this video, I saw it in the thumbnail, and I said, let me click on it. And this guy is he's a very good grappler that got into the MMA, and he won a title. Anyway, he made a statement, okay, and that's now I understand why. He's rough in the ring. He'll roughhouse you in the ring. He doesn't use any beautiful arm bars and so forth. He kind of grounds you and pounds you. He's a pressure fighter. And people, if you're into fighting, if you have ever fought and competed, I mean, I have in the martial arts and in boxing. You know, people don't like pressure. You know, like I said, if I ever got into training a pro boxer or anything dealing with the martial arts, most of them wouldn't want to train under me anyway. Because I'm a conditioned guy. You know, I'll give you a lot of conditioning, man. And you'd be happy if I let you drink some water. I'm a conditioned man. I push conditioning. Conditioning is the foundation of a strong fighter. And this man has nothing but conditioning. Anyway, I'm all over the place. I want to go back into the subject. Anyway, he made a statement. All right. Now you got to watch this video. If I remember, I'll put the video in the description box. So watch the whole video. You know, I really got into it, and I didn't even I'm like 3 minutes and change in of a 13-minute long video. Anyway, this is what he said, which I didn't know. One of the facts, one of the interesting facts. Now listen.
In the MMA hour just before he fought at UFC 223.
I found out after a couple hours when I sleep, like 2 a.m.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel sad that you missed it?
Hold up, let me go back a little bit. Yeah, Hawani, that big-nosed so-called Jew. And this is why ultimately the former USSR will defeat Babylon the Great. Because they got a I don't give a damn mentality.
219 on December 30th, 2017, his son Mabruk was born.
His
son was born on the day he fought. On the same day of one of Khabib's most seminal performances to date, when he fought Edson Barboza at UFC 219 on December 30th, 2017, his son...
And I saw that fight with Edson Barboza. And Barboza, he's a damn good fighter. And this guy just ragdolled him throughout the whole fight.
Mabrook was born at 2 a.m. very early that morning. He actually discussed what the process was like on the MMA Hour just before he fought at UFC 223.
I find out after a couple hours when I sleep like 2 a.m.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel sad that you missed it?
Why I need to be there?
I don't know, support your wife, be there, hold her hand, I don't know.
We have different mentality. I can ask for God, help her, and that's it.
There's really not much to say.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me let you hear that again. And you, Jake, are under that Babylonian Beetlejuice. Let me let you hear that again. He fought Edwin Barboza, however you pronounce his name. Later that night, his son was born, meaning his wife or whatever was in the hospital, and he was fighting. He wouldn't think about his son. He was thinking about beating the shit out of his opponent. And then you heard what he said. I gotta let you hear it again. And what did he say? And this guy, Hawani, that big-nosed devil, he said, hook-nosed devil, he said, don't you feel bad? Didn't you feel bad? He said, us mentality different than this mentality. And that's why you're going to lose this war, the war of Armageddon.
In Khabib's case, it was offered up as a joke.
Well, you're going to lose because the Most High set it up that way. But the Most High got a fair spirit in these people here.
By one of his friends as a way to call back to their heritage, since it's not commonly worn in current times. And Khabib and his father liked the concept and decided to wear it from then on. Now it's one of the few trademark clothing gimmicks in an era of uniformity in the UFC. Number 8. His son was born on the day he fought. On the same day of one of Khabib's most seminal performances to date, when he fought Edson Barboza at UFC 219 on December 30th, 2017, his son Mabrook was born at 2 a.m. very early that morning. He actually discussed what the process was like on the MMA Hour just before he fought at UFC 223.
I find out after a couple hours when I sleep like 2 a.m.
Did you feel bad? Did you feel sad that you missed it?
Why I need to be there?
I don't know, support your wife, be there, hold her hand, I don't know.
We have different mentality. I can ask for God, help her, and that's it.
There's really not much to say about this one. It's just crazy that he had a kid on the day of his fight, and perhaps even crazier was his reaction. And you can imagine his son will have a similar upbringing to his own.
The sport, of course, he gonna wrestling.
Number 7, one of the most popular...
You heard what it said. Now his son is gonna wrestle. He's gonna make his son a fighter, whether he wants to or not. Whether his son wants to or not. See, out there in Russia, they come across a homosexual. They beat the homosexual sometimes to death because they don't believe that. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy right here, this man right here, is a Jake. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. That was a quick video. And you know, in fighting, this man's a fighter. In my opinion, I think he's gonna completely destroy Conor McGregor. The only chance that Conor has is on the feet because he's a good striker. But once it goes to the ground, in my opinion, it's all over for Conor. Because once this guy gets you on the ground, he puts that pressure on you. He ties you up in the knots and he grounds and pounds you. Anyway, like I said, he made that statement, so I said, let me do a little video on it, showing you how they train it. They come up differently from over here. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.